Okay, just a few updates with regards to the job market. It will be a short video. First and foremost is congrats to the people who got called for interviews. Um, whoever sent their CVs, some of them got called for interviews, and they were kind enough to send me a message and say, "Thank you, Loy, I got called for an interview." Whether they'll get the job or not get the job, that's up to them. Okay. So I always tell them, celebrate small successes, be happy, and hope for the best. Okay. There were some others who didn't get called because I straight away told them, if you don't get a call in 1 week to 10 days, means you're not selected. Okay. The second thing is I think the challenge some people faced is after they went for the interview, they were hoping to get the second call. I let them know, see, listen, after you finish the first interview, they have assessed you and they will decide whether you should be called for the second interview. Now, the thing is, the message that I've given to the people who got selected is you need to know how to sell yourself. You need to know how to communicate that you are the right person, because whenever a person takes your interview, the question that they want the answer to is, why should we select you? Convince us. They sincerely want to know why should they employ you. So you have to answer that question which they have in their head, because when they call a candidate, they're not sure whether you're the right person or not. They want to know, okay, this is the right person. You must give them that feeling that, yes, I'm the right person. And please, talking is not communicating. Simply saying, I'm hardworking, I will complete the task no matter what, I have achieved results. See, that any child can do. Think it's a competition. Think it's a competition and think every statement that you're about to say is what the other person has said. And if you can literally say something that nails it on the head, you're a winner. Okay? Then in some cases we have like people are applying. I told you, these multinational companies have started to employ people again. They have this assessment tests, and they have, some of them have even 3 interviews, which is long drawn. I was asked by some of them, why do they have so many hurdles to cross, as if they're giving us a gold plated job. No, it is process. Okay, they have a process in place and people just follow the process. The reason why there are multiple interviews is so at each level you cross, the person says, okay, I shortlist out of 10 people, I shortlist, say out of 8 people, I shortlist 4, out of 4 people, I shortlist 2, and then the last 2 are at the final interview. And they can also divide the tests into general tests, then technical exam, then personality, leadership, and finally communication. They can divide it into categories. There are also interviews whereby you'll be given a case study and you'll be asked to prepare a presentation or to give them an answer based on the case study. And during that time, you'll not be allowed to use a phone. So you have to brush up on your presentation skills. Find out if that job that you're applying for, you need to master PowerPoint. If you do not know how to master PowerPoint, you got a big problem. And don't put all the information on the PowerPoint. And I think the biggest challenge most of the people face is salary negotiation. See, like yesterday, I got a person who asked me, Loy, client, said, Loy, what do I do when they ask me this question? What is your expected salary? See, this, keep in mind, when they ask you, what is your expected salary? They are actually trying to gauge what is your budget. Okay? Because let's say, for example, their budget is 10 to 15,000. But you say, okay, I want 7 to 10. So automatically they're like, oh shit, good. So you don't have to spend 15. We can zero down on 10. And since you have asked for less, 7 to 10, they will hit it at 8 or 9. Okay? Because obviously it's a business. They need to save money. However, if it's a multinational company that has standards like grades, different levels, that you cannot change. Let's say, for example, you're applying for grade 6 or grade 7 or grade 8. They have a standard salary in place. Now, the only difference here is in multinational companies which are in the Middle East, they have a different grading package for white, different package grade. White means a Western passport holder, and same, suppose it's grade 8 for British, grade 8 for Indian, grade 8 for Emirati. So that is one thing you have to keep in mind. Nobody will talk about this, but it's a fact. Those of you who have been in the Middle East for many years will know what I'm saying is true or false. Okay. So now the question is, if someone asks you, what is your salary? What should you say? Now, there's always a tendency to, let's say, for example, you're earning 8,000. But now you do your homework. You check on Google, you check different websites, monster.com, indeed.com, and gulfjobs.com, and whichever. And they tell you, even though you're earning 8, your position, you should be getting 15. So now you begin to think yourself, fuck man, I'm getting 8. I should be asking for double. So now the question is, should you ask for double? Okay. This is a very complicated and tough choice to make, because, I mean, after all, think about it. You're earning 8. If you're getting 2 months salary every month, it's great, right? So there's a tendency when you go for the interview, you sheepishly will say, I'm expecting 16 to 17. In majority of the cases, the way you say it, they will know that, shut the fuck up, man. Why are you asking for more? And then there is another danger. If you ask for too high, they'll say, okay, thanks, appreciate, take your time, bye-bye. Like for example, let's say I'm going to buy a smartphone. My budget is $500, and I'm checking the smartphone. The guy tells me, okay, this is $3,000. I'll not even ask him for a better price. I'll say, thanks, thank you, okay, bye. We leave. Me, my family, will leave. Same way, if you ask too high, you're priced yourself out and you're out of the race. So the question is, what is the best salary to ask? The answer that I give people is, you need to know your industry. You need to know why you're getting what you're getting. You need to know what is the salary of the next person above you, what is the salary of the person below you. You need to know what is your expenses per month, what is your experience level, what is the royalties that you expect. See, based on individual, no, there are different. I evaluate based on the experience, expertise, core competencies, and their communication skills. If you cannot communicate, you're fucked. Okay, how you sell yourself. And based on this, I check with my, the people who are in the industry. It takes time. And then eventually I tell them, see, listen, this is the salary range that you can ask for. And obviously, yes, the company that you're applying for, I'll tell you, through loopholes, through contacts, through connections, you can easily find out what is the salary range they will offer. So that is why I always caution people. If you're not sure like what is the salary to ask, just tell them what you're getting and say that you'll expect, 20% more or whatever. If you're not sure, okay? Let's say you just don't know. You just want to, without any guidance. Fine, whatever you're getting, if suppose you're getting 8, say I was getting 8, I'm looking for 10, okay? 2,000, and always remember, always remember, no matter, there was a small dog in front of the car. So I had to make sure that the guy stopped. See this is the dog. Hey doggy, huh? What are you doing? See this one. You nearly went under the car, man. I better tell that lady this next time this doggy will die. The small doggy, no? Car. Nearly. She doesn't understand. Anyway. I tried communicating. Anyway, the problem is I have 2 chihuahuas in the house. My chihuahuas don't have the intelligence that if there is a car or even a big dog that they shouldn't go in front of it. My neighbor's chihuahua died because there were these street dogs. It went running towards them to attack them. These big dogs just bit into it and it had different puncture wounds and the dog died. So anyway, okay, so what I was telling you is, so number 1 is ask for 20% more, okay? But always keep in mind, no matter what salary you ask for, even if you ask for 10, they will give you less. Even if you ask for 5, they will still negotiate. In fact, one businessman told me, even if you ask for 1, they will still bargain. Unless, of course, he's a fair-minded employer. If he's a fair-minded guy, he'll tell you, okay, you're asking for 8, but our standard is we pay 10 to 15. Okay? I can put you in the range of 10. So, that's what it is. But always keep in mind, where salaries are concerned, once you state an amount, you cannot change it. Okay? So before you go for the interview, prepare what to say, how to say it, and understand why you're asking. So when you know why you're asking, you'll say it with conviction and you'll say it with meaning. If you simply remove a number out of your ass and say, okay, I was getting 8, I want 12. For what? Oh no, because my experience. What experience? You can get people with your experience for cheaper. It's like these guys from India for getting 8,000 or 10,000. They send me an email, they want double the salary. Seriously. So let's say, for example, you're getting $10,000. Just give me an example. They will write to me, Loy, I'm looking for a job, $20,000. I'm like, out of curiosity, sometimes I ask them, why do you want 20,000? Yeah, because Dubai is a foreign country. They pay big salaries. So my standard of living also. So I want 20,000. And I tell them, in that case, if you go to USA, from 10,000, you should ask 50,000, right? Because USA is the most expensive, right? I mean, what kind of logic is that? So, anyway, what I want to tell you is, be prepared for this question of your salary, okay? And you have just one chance. I always tell people, interview, one chance, that's it. You don't get second chances. And you should be so grateful that you're getting a chance for an interview, because interviews are very hard to come by. As it is, there are so many people applying with their CVs. And then only the ones who remain survive in the end, So make sure that you're completely prepared. And take your interview seriously so that you succeed. Having said that, these are some of the updates I thought of sharing with you. There are plenty of jobs coming up. I'm still surprised because I thought before Ramadan things would slow down a bit, or maybe until Ramadan they'll be at the peak. But as of now, there are plenty of jobs. So keep applying, be smart, and let's hope for the best for everyone. Alright? You guys take care. This is me signing off. Put your comments and thoughts below. Ciao.